Today I'm going to do something funky and see if it tastes good. And if it tastes good, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. If it don't taste good, you'll never see this video. I am going to do scrambled tofu with kale greens. And let's get started. Maybe it'll be good. Okay, I'm going to use 1 small onion and 2 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to use some of these dried green bell peppers that I bought from Wildwood Country Store. And so that is our ingredients, along with my firm tofu and my kale greens. To take a small amount of my green bell peppers, and I'm going to put them in I don't know, it's hard to tell how many you need to use, but green bell peppers are awesome, so let's just use a little bit more. And what I'm going to do to reconstitute those, and it might totally be the wrong thing to do, and y'all can leave me your comments if you think it's wrong, but I'm going to put a little bit of water, and if you can see that, it's just a little bit of water, and then I'm going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds and see if that does. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And I think I got too much. Let's see. Yeah, I did. I'm going to pour some of that back. There we go. Because we just wanted a little bit of a layer on the bottom of our pot. And I've got my eye on high. And I'm putting the onions and the garlic in first. And I'm going to saute those without a lid. And I've got it on high, so I got to stay right with it. And while that's cooking, I'm going to cut my tofu. And I took and put 2 plates together like this. No, like this. And then I turned it upside down. And I squeezed real hard. And I just did that again because I wanted to get all the moisture out of it, so it smooshed it all up. And so I'm going to cut my tofu. And I'm a weirdo, I guess. I like the taste of tofu. Okay, and I've got this on high heat, and so my onions are and my garlic is starting to brown lightly, and that's what I wanted. And now I'm going to put in the tofu, and I did not season this tofu prior at all. And the Wildwood Country Store, and I bet a lot of vegan grocery stores sell beef style seasoning and chicken style seasoning, and we might use that, but we're going to taste it first to see how the tofu tastes just browned with the flavor of the garlic and the onions. And I'm going to add, I grind my own coarse ground black pepper, so I have it in a container. So I'm going to put quite a bit of coarse ground black pepper. I'm going to sprinkle it with salt, and I'm using the salt with the little Jewish star on there in a box. And then I'm sprinkling it down, and now I'm going to cut my heat down. And because I'm sticking to the bottom a little bit, but that is going to cause a lot of caramelized flavor with those onions. And I think the onions look good. You see how that sticks, but when we put our water and our turnip greens in there, not turnip greens, kale greens, all that's going to come up off the bottom of the pan and be more flavor. So, and to start that process, that is my 30 seconds worked with just a little bit of water to cover. Bringing my bell peppers back into play, and all that goodie is coming right up off the bottom of the pot. And I want to taste a little piece of this tofu. Now to me that tastes perfect. But you could add soy sauce, and you never know, I might still do that. Now I'm going to cover it with kale greens. And I am adding a half a cup of water. And I'm putting a lid on it. And I'm going to turn it down low. And in a few seconds, it will wilt. And I'm going to stir. And I'll bring you back. Okay, it has been a minute. And the kale is already wilted. And now I'm going to stir it all up together. And this is when we're going to decide if we need any more seasoning. So let me get a fork. I want to get some kale, but not too much. The kale is just almost done. It's just lightly crunchy, and not really even crunchy. It's just really light. And I am going to add a little bit of the beef flavored seasoning, and I think that would be all it will need. I would say that was about a teaspoon, but it's definitely to taste, so you can add some, taste it, add a little bit more, taste it. And now I bought this beef flavored seasoning. You could also, if you knew that you wanted to add beef flavored seasoning, that water that I poured in to cook the kale, you could put a beef style seasoning, a beef cube in that, and already have it dissolved. Perfect. Now I'm going to turn up the heat again to get all the water out of the bottom. And I'm going to scrape the bottom and make sure I've got all that caramelized joy. And then we'll plate this up.